Good morning, everybody. This is Camino Teacher, and I will do a live stream to teach you some basic phrases in Spanish. So if you are planning on hiking the Camino de Santiago in Spain anytime soon, you should probably get prepared for this. So I'm going to start with some very basic phrases. So the first thing you probably need to know is hola. So you don't just say hola, you have to kind of stretch out the A. So you say hola, like you stretch the A. You also, in the morning, you will say buenos dias, buenos dias. Then after noons, you can say buenas tardes, or mostly people just say buenas. So buenas, okay? All right, a lot of people in the States like to use the word please. Like anytime you want anything, you also say please. So the word for please is por favor. However, I have to caution you, don't overuse that because in Spain, people don't say it very often. So when you run into another pilgrim on your hike, you usually use this phrase. You say buen camino. So learn this before you even start. Buen camino. What that means is have a good way. In other words, have a good journey. So everybody, make sure that every time you run into anybody, you're going to say buen camino. If your Spanish is not very good and you want to ask them if they can speak English, you say habla inglés. Habla inglés. Habla inglés. If you buy anything at a store or at a snack stand, always ask ¿cuánto es? ¿Cuánto es? How much is it? And most of the time you want to pay in cash, so make sure you have some euros on hand when you're in the small pueblos. But if you're in a major town, you can certainly use your cards. So to ask if you can use a credit card, you say ¿acepta tarjetas? ¿Acepta tarjetas? Do you accept cards? Of course, everybody is always in need of restrooms. So one thing about Spain and really everywhere in Europe is that it's not that easy to find restrooms. So sometimes if you don't purchase something at the establishment, they actually expect you to pay €1 or so. Okay, so you say hay baños aquí? Hay baños aquí? Now more commonly than baños, which of course they're going to understand it, is aseos. So you would say hay aseos aquí. Hay aseos aquí. So if you want anything, like you want to order food, anything that you want, you start by saying quiero. Quiero. Quiero is I want. So those are my basic phrases that I would recommend that you learn. So I'm going to post this video, this stream, on my channel, which is Camino Teacher. And so I recommend that you really look into learning some more Spanish besides the basics. So I have found this site right there, and I posted it in the chat. So this is a guide that somebody made out at Spanish for Camino, and I think it's excellent. So if you let me get on this. Okay, so this is a nice little PDF. It is 14 pages long, and you can study this at your leisure, but it's very useful. So they talk about when, where, and what to eat, how to deal with your dietary restrictions, and they even have a couple of recipes you can try to make ahead of time so you get used to eating Spanish food, and some useful vocabulary. So let me walk you through that a little bit. So about food, the thing is that the Spaniards have weird times that they eat. So I went to Paris a couple weeks ago, and in Paris you can go eat whatever meal you want at any restaurant anytime. But in Spain it's not like that. So they have set times that they have desayuno, which is breakfast, comida or almuerzo is your lunch, and it says here on this document it's usually served from 1:30 to 3 or even 4, but don't show up there right before 4 and expect them to make you something. And then finally you have your cena, and a cena is usually served very late for our circumstances. So we would think dinner is at 6, but oh no, your dinner will be maybe served at 8 o'clock or later. So don't be shocked by that. So a lot of the restaurants have this thing called a menu. So when you ask for the menu, like if you say quiero el menú, that doesn't mean I want the menu. The menu is a set meal of 3 courses. So you have your starter, your main course, and your dessert. So you have your primero, segundo, and the dessert is a postre. And a lot of times you will get a drink with that. In Spain, of course, people drink wine. So after a long day of hiking, you may appreciate some wine, or you can just have water. Maybe you're dehydrated and you need to have some water. So they tell you about the different things that you can get at restaurants here on this document. Okay, the question is always, what's a ración? Raciones, tapas, and pinchos. So it took me forever to figure out what a ración is versus a tapa, because it seems like it's the same thing. But a ración is a huge dish, and it says here it's enough for one person. Well, it's usually so big you can share it with another person. And tapa is very much smaller, and pincho is extremely small, so it's like a little snack time thing. So if you have dietary restrictions, okay, you need to read this. So it is doable, but you will need a little planning. So make sure you have all your food sensitive items or allergies listed. It's best to make out a little business card type thing with all your restrictions on it in Spanish and hand it to the waiter at a restaurant. This might help you not to get an allergic attack of some sort. So yeah, be very careful, especially with seafood. So when you order a tortilla in Spain, don't expect to get a Spanish tortilla. It's not like that. So a tortilla is more like an omelet, let's say, except it has potatoes in it and onions. So it's a different thing. So you can definitely try that because you'll see it everywhere. So it tells you how to make this. It's made out of potatoes, eggs, onion. It says it's optional, but they're usually in there. Salt and oil. So it's pretty simple to make, but to come out with the perfect product is kind of complicated. But you can get used to it by making this ahead of time sometime. Also, the tarta de Santiago. I have never eaten a tarta de Santiago, but they have a recipe here for it, so you can certainly try that. It seems pretty basic. Eggs, sugar, almonds, and flour. Okay, that's easy to do. And then finally in this document you will see a useful vocabulary list. So this is super cool, and I recommend that you run this off for yourself, and that you come prepared when you go to Spain, because it will save you a lot of frustrations. So the person who made out this nice little document is Maria, and if you go on her site, the www.spanishforcamino.com, you can definitely look at a lot of her resources. You can download this guide for free, and all you have to do is request it, and she will send it to you in your email. So let me get back out of this. All right, folks. So yeah, this is my take on basic Spanish for the Camino. So if you enjoy this little discussion, you can certainly leave me some comments, and you can subscribe to my channel. This is Camino Teacher, and yeah, we would like to welcome you to the channel. So at this point, I'm going to sign off and stop the recording. Thank you for watching.